I want to talk about some legitimate criticism for the new pity system. Not like, oh my God, I hate it, whatever. Let's talk about a middle ground. A way that the GS community can still benefit from this and this update not be an entire cash grab. Talking about that, adding OP, blow it all up. Let's talk about the big issues here that this new update has. For one, the pity costs. If you actually go onto Gacha Gaming Reddit, there is a post made about this new change, and there are so many people in the comment section saying, what the heck is happening? Even people who don't play the game are criticizing this change because it just seems completely out of pocket, which I also believe it is. If we take into account the old pity system here, a player would have been able to pity possibly one unit if we got around 250 crystals a month. It would take 6 months for you to get one character. That's if you don't summon on any other banner. By the way, I'm getting this information from Hex Senpai, who made a crystal mega guide. It seems like more of the casual players can expect about 205 to 277 crystals. If of course you're playing more content, you can expect more. But I'm gonna give or take and just say 250 is a good middle ground that we can usually expect per month. All in all, it doesn't sound too bad until you consider that in order for that to happen, you can't summon at all. There was no pity carryover. Well, here we are now in the new system where pity carryover happens. So if we still have this 250 crystal income per month, that means that this 250 now takes exactly 12 months for you to get one single pity, which, hey, if you only wanted the free-to-play players to get one pity a year, you did it. However, I think there's a better way to go about this. I think lowering the pity cost to 2,000 instead of 3K is a bit healthier for the game. It would take a free-to-play player 8 months to get one pity. It's still not as good as 1,500 because you would get 2 units per year, but if you wanted to limit free-to-play players from getting multiple pities in a year, you could do it by making it 2,000 instead. Also, it would look a bit more realistic than having 3,000, which is an insane amount, because you will have to literally be playing the game all the time. And I know some people will be like, oh, we'll lower it all the way. Hey, I'm trying to meet them in the middle, okay? I'm trying to meet them in the middle. 2,000, if they want to increase the pity, I think is a bit healthier. However, I also would like to say too that lowering it down to 1,500 again, making that the standardized pity count, which I think was perfectly fine for the game, would have probably been overall better, because then you would make it to where free-to-play players are pitying 2 units a year. You have to consider the fact that we get possibly 4 units per crossover, not to mention all of the GS units that come out. You have, 20, 30, possibly 40 characters that release in a year, and you don't want free-to-play players to get 2 of those. Sure, they could be the real big name ones, but people like having characters. Characters gives them a reason to play the game. So they're going to keep summoning, and it would also make people look at the summoning system a bit more positively if they were like, oh, the pity price stay the same and there's carryover now, 2 characters a year that we're guaranteed no matter what. GS is looking a bit more free to play than some other games, which, by the way, was what the whole pity system change was kind of encouraging. Not just, saving for your favorite characters, but allowing people to still summon on banners, because that is part of the fun of GS, is actually summoning and seeing what you get. So either path that they go down, by lowering it back down to 1,500 or by making it 2,000, would be overall a better look. The previously released units, which I got this wrong last time, I read this as not only just being permanently available for exchange, but I also figured that they would be in the summon pool. There's nothing that says that they're actually going to be in the summon pool, so I don't get why that's the case. If you're going to make them available in the exchange, why not also make them available in the summon pool? Sure, the summon pool gets larger, but you have a chance of getting something else, or maybe they're worried about the banners becoming all-star summons all year around, and there won't be a reason for all-star summons to happen, which to that, I can kind of see why. But the main issue here is that excluding crossover units, this, I understand for the past release crossovers, it makes sense for them not to be in this. Will this affect the new carryover pity? Like if a unit comes out and let's say, I don't know, it's Kill la Kill, Hoka releases. If I have 50 summons built up, do I just need to summon 10 times on the new banner to get Hoka? Or the crossover banners would be separate from the overall pity carryover, which if that's the case, I think that sucks a little bit, because there are plenty of times where we only get like 1 GS character banner a month or something. And if those are the only banners that count towards the carryover pity, then that's going to really suck even more for free-to-play players. If it is all carried over, then perfectly fine. I don't think there's anything that we need to change. And lastly, I don't think the new cost of the pity system would have been crazy if free-to-play players benefited from it like whales do. Free-to-play players only get 1 hero gem for every free multi, not even an additional hero gem for the first free multi. That would have been dope if you gave like 2 or 3 instead, but you only get 1. Paid players get 5 for their first paid multi, 2 for each subsequent paid multi, which means that if you're someone who just does a paid multi on every new banner, with the new pity system, it will take you 12 banners to be able to pity any character that you want in the pool that they have or the current banner unit, which does sound pretty good, but this is completely insane whenever you consider the fact that free-to-play players still need to summon 60 times in order to get a unit. I think if we keep the first paid multi like it is for paying players, sure, do that if you want to. But I do think that free players should benefit from this a little bit, like give them 3 for the first free or something like that, because if we keep this system as it is, just seems so pay to win and favoring whales so much, it's like, why even be free in this game? Which, if you guys are trying to do that, I'm going to tell you right now, it is a very bad road to go down, because if a player asks that question, they are not going to keep playing the game. The game has to reward free-to-play players as well. Not equally, of course. Every gacha player knows that paying players always get a bit more because they're paying for the service, they're paying for the experience. But completely ignoring your free-to-play player base, which is going to be the majority of your player base, is going to harm this game so much in the future. These are my criticisms with the new pity changes. If you have any, by all means, please keep it respectful, keep it cordial, and leave it down below in the comment section. I don't want to see any type of negativity, any kind of hate, any kind of like, what the fuck is this, or anything like that. Like, no, cuss or anything, because if they do look at this video and they do look at the comment section, we do not need to be aggressive, attacking, or anything. That's not how you give criticism. Tough love, sure, but do not be blatantly aggressive, rude, or anything like that when giving them any kind of criticism towards this. Even though this is like one of the worst changes they've ever done, having criticism like that, people don't take it as criticism a lot of the time. They just take it as blatant hate, and they will keep scrolling and just find someone else, or they'll just listen to another party. Either way though, thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been RoarP. If you want to know all the ways that you could possibly help in getting them to listen to feedback, of course, there is a feedback section in the official Discord. You can also contact their support team and send them feedback directly like that. And of course, you have Twitter, and then possibly even this video that they may click on and watch. Leave all your feedback in all these areas, and hopefully they listen, because I think we're on the cusp of GS being very good again. If we see some sound changes to the new pity system, this could be possibly one of the best things that's ever came to the game, and not one of the worst updates we've seen. Either way though, thank you all again for hanging out, and last but not least, don't forget to drink water.